The Bold and the Beautiful, September 2025, Luna's pregnancy scandal, DNA lies, and the collapse of three families. There are weeks on The Bold and the Beautiful that simmer. Then there are weeks that explode. And this is one of them. Rumors are no longer whispers, they are fire. The word pregnant slithers through the hallways of Forrester Creations, Spencer Publications, and the Finnegan medical circle like poison. And at the center of it all stands Luna Nozawasalent, pale, unreadable. She doesn't deny it. She doesn't confirm it. But the damage is already done. Because the moment the word pregnancy attaches itself to Luna, everything shifts. Every room she enters goes quiet. Every text she sends is screenshot and circulated. Every glance from Will Spencer is now soaked in panic. And that's only the beginning. The questions ignite instantly. Is she pregnant? Is it Will's? If it is, when did it happen? Was it the night of the party? Was there consent? What did Will remember? What did Luna Forditor pretend to forget? And if the baby isn't Will's, then who's the father? That question alone is enough to send three of Los Angeles' most powerful families into chaos. Because if the father isn't Will, then there are two other possibilities, and both are equally destructive. One Simeon inside the Forrester empire, Thomas, Zende, RJ. The other Simeon in the Finnegan family orbit, a patient, a technician, a doctor. Each name comes with its own set of risks, and none of them are safe. None of them are scandal-proof. None of them can afford what's coming. The Spencer family reacts first. Bill is furious. Liam is shaken. Will is silent but shaking. The possibility that Will fathered a child during a night he barely remembers is terrifying. If it's true, the Spencer name faces a media firestorm unlike anything they've ever seen. A minor in the public eye, a scandal involving memory loss, conflicting testimonies, and a missing timeline. It's a legal nightmare, a PR crisis, and it opens the door for investigations they don't control. Meanwhile, the Forresters are in full lockdown. Rich wants damage control. Brooke is terrified this will impact RJ or Thomas, even if neither has been publicly implicated. Steffi is livid that Luna's name is even being whispered in the same breath as Hayes. Taylor, back from Europe, insists on medical confirmation and psychological evaluations. Eric and Donna watch silently from the sidelines, knowing how fast something like this can destroy everything they've built. The Finnegans are perhaps in the worst position. Luna is Lee's niece. Finn is protective of his cousin, but now torn. Hayes' name has been floating in rumors since Luna began acting strangely. Sheila Carter lurks in the shadows, watching it all unravel, fully aware that the bloodline she shares with Luna is now becoming a weapon, not a secret. For once, even Sheila is silent, calculating, preparing for the storm she knows is coming. Then, the test. The one that was supposed to calm everything. Luna agrees to a paternity test. Under legal observation. Neutral lab. Chain of custody documented. Everything by the book. And the result is negative. Will Spencer is not the father. At first, there's relief. Will nearly collapses. Bill calls off the lawyers. The Forresters breathe again. Finn thanks whatever higher power he still believes in. And Luna. She says nothing. Just sits quietly, eyes down, hands in her lap. But then something strange happens. The rumors don't die. In fact, they grow. Because the result doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel true. There's too much that doesn't add up. Why did Luna delay the test? Why did she visit the lab twice before it was submitted? Why did a key technician get reassigned mid-process? And most disturbing of all, does the digital signature on the test's result timestamp not match the physical paperwork? Someone tampered with the test. And now everything is worse than before. The negative result, meant to kill the scandal, only pours gasoline on it. The Spencer PR team tries to spin it as vindication, but the press doesn't bite. Social media explodes with theories. Luna baby trends worldwide. Every timeline from the party is dissected. Independent reporters dig into hospital security footage. A leaked document suggests that an unnamed party with financial interest in the outcome may have influenced the lab used. And that's when the legal threats start. Liam pushes for a second test, this time with stricter oversight, but Luna refuses. Quietly, firmly. One test is enough, she says. But no one believes her. The Forresters demand answers. Thomas confronts her directly. RJ tries to be supportive, but Brooke warns him not to get emotionally involved. Ridge meets privately with Bill. They agree on one thing: the truth must come out. Because if there was tampering, and one of their families is responsible from it, it will destroy them. And in the background, Sheila moves. She speaks with the reassigned technician. She slips an envelope into the hand of a clerk who owes her favors from years ago. And what she finds confirms the nightmare. Someone changed the result. The baby is Will's. Or was. Because now, no one knows whether there's even a pregnancy at all. Sheila confronts Luna. It's not violent. It's quiet. Intimate. Why lie, she asks. Luna doesn't blink. Because they deserve to be scared. And that's when it all clicks. This isn't about a baby. Not anymore. This is about control. Luna has no power in this world. Not money. Not status. Not legacy. She has one thing: uncertainty. The ability to keep everyone guessing. Everyone afraid. Everyone circling her. And she's winning. Will starts having panic attacks. Liam pulls away from Hope. Brooke starts looking over RG's shoulder every time he takes a phone call. Lee questions her own medical records. Ridge doesn't sleep. Bill starts investigating his own son, wondering if Will knew more than he admitted. Finn puts a lock on Hayes' school records. And Sheila? Sheila realizes she's raised a mirror image of herself in Lee, smarter, colder, more patient. The plot twist isn't the pregnancy. It's that the truth doesn't matter anymore. The damage is done. The trust is gone. The alliances are crumbling. And Luna, in her silence, is in complete control. Even if a second test comes, even if the truth emerges, even if it's revealed that there was no pregnancy, or that the first test was accurate and the second tamper of it will undo what she's accomplished. She's made the Forresters, the Spencers, and the Finnegans question each other. She's made them paranoid, divided, dangerous. And in the bold and the beautiful, that's more powerful than any child. Because secrets don't kill families. The Bold and the Beautiful, September 2025. Pregnancy scandal ignites legal firestorm, family loyalties fracture. And a masked confession blows open a deeper conspiracy this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. The line between scandal and survival disappears completely. What begins as a whisper about Luna Nozawa's pregnancy erupts into a full-blown legal, medical, and emotional war that leaves no family untouched. The question is no longer if a crime was committed, it's how many, and by whom. As rumors evolve into depositions and accusations morph into court filings, the lives of the Spencers, Forresters, and Finnegans become entangled in a web of potential criminal liability. Medical ethics violations, corporate liability, and a power play so manipulative it makes past betrayals look like child's play. Luna may be at the center, but the blast radius is wide. No one is safe. The ticking time bomb finally explodes when Luna's supposed pregnancy, along the subject of speculation, whisper campaigns, and tampered lab results, becomes part of an official investigation. After weeks of private negotiations, secret meetings, veiled threats, and hushed accusations, the situation becomes public. A formal motion is filed in family court. Will Spencer may be the father of Luna Nozawa's unborn child, and the Spencer family may be liable for coercion, neglect, or worse. The term custody battle isn't even adequate anymore. This is a war for reputations, legal futures, and control over the narrative. What's more, the case instantly triggers an avalanche of additional consequences. Ridge Forrester convenes an emergency board meeting at Forrester Creations. His intention is clear. Forrester must distance itself completely and public life from Luna, regardless of past associations, work history, or family ties. Brooke agrees, citing the media firestorm and potential brand damage. Thomas protests, but his voice is drowned out. Rich goes so far as to issue a statement distancing the company from any involvement in the paternity scandal. What he doesn't expect is the fallout within the family. Steffi, still reeling from Luna's erratic behavior around Hayes, supports the decision. But RJ, who once had a brief flirtation with Luna, feels betrayed. Taylor sides with her son. The internal cracks begin to form. Ridge pushes harder, demanding legal counsel and insurance review. The Forresters won't fall on a sword for anyone and even someone who used to call them family. Meanwhile, Sheila Carter sharp sees the situation for what it truly isn't: a scandal, but an opportunity. With chaos rising and alliances splintering, Sheila moves silently behind the scenes, doing what she's always done best: manipulating shadows. While publicly stating she wants nothing to do with Luna's downfall, she quietly makes calls to discredited medical contacts, dismissed lab workers, and at least one former hospital administrator with a sealed record. Her goal is simple: control the narrative before it controls her. Because what the public doesn't know is that Sheila has her own connection to the cover-up, and if it's discovered, she could lose everything. At the center of the storm, Lee Finnegan steps forward as a formal medical witness. Her testimony may decide the case, and everyone knows it. As Hayes' grandmother, a renowned surgeon, and Luna's maternal aunt, Lee is uniquely positioned to offer both insight and credibility. But her stance surprises everyone. On the stand, she speaks clearly, directly, and without hesitation. Luna knows Zoa should be evaluated for psychiatric instability. And if a child is involved, the court must intervene immediately to prevent long-term harm. The courtroom explodes. Luna, present but silent, doesn't react. Her lawyer attempts to suppress the statement. Spencer lawyers object. But the damage is done. The court calls for a full psychiatric and prenatal evaluation, and protective custody protocols are discussed should a minor be born into disputed parentage. At the same time, Deacon Sharpicott, in the middle of his marriage to Sheila and his own crumbling trust in Hercules for transparency. If we're going to survive this, he tells Sheila, we need full disclosure. No more secrets. Sheila doesn't respond. But her silence says everything. Deacon grows suspicious and begins to dig. And then everything changes. A video surfaces. Not leaked. Not hidden. Broadcast. On every screen at Forrester, on tablets at Spencer Publications, on hospital monitors at University Medical. A masked figure, dressed in a black hoodie, face partially obscured, sits in front of the camera and speaks. I am the person responsible for altering the DNA results. The original paternity test showed that Will Spencer is the father. I replaced that result with a negative. I did it to protect someone. I did it because I was told to. But I can't lie anymore. The voice is distorted. The video ends abruptly. But the confession is undeniable. A crime was committed. An official result was altered. A legal case was manipulated. And someone ordered it. Within hours, speculation rips through every newsroom and boardroom. Who is the person in the mask? Was it Luna herself, trying to throw off the scent? Was it someone close to the lab? Was it Sheila? Did she do it to protect Finn? To protect Hayes? Or was it someone from the Spencer camp, an executive trying to protect the brand? Or worse, was it someone high up in Forrester? Questions breed more questions. Why was the video released now? Who timed it? What is the purpose at confession or leverage? And most importantly, who is the person behind Luna helping her escape the fallout time and time again? Because Luna hasn't just been lucky. She's been shielded, protected, defended at every turn. Evidence lost. Witnesses silenced. Charges delayed. DNA results altered. Medical records blocked. Testimonies suppressed. And now a confession realized without context, without timing, and without identity. A deeper conspiracy is clearly at play. Ridge demands a private investigation. Brooke demands legal counsel for the company. Bill hires a forensic cybersecurity firm to trace the video origin. Deacon questions Sheila directly, asking her if she was the one who covered for Luna to protect her own connection to Finn. Sheila denies if it doesn't look him in the eye. Lee goes silent. Thomas withdraws. Taylor begins collecting notes of every interaction she had with Luna since her return. Ray J confides in Hope that Luna once told him there are people in this city who protect people like me. Hope brushes it off but remembers the words later when the video airs. Then, one final twist. A sealed court document is leaked that lists an unnamed trust fund set up for Luna shortly after the night at the party. Funded by an offshore account traced to a private benefactor, the name is redacted. But the initials on the deposit authorization read EF, Eric Forrester, eliminating Finn, or someone else. The season ends not with a resolution but with a doorway. Luna walks into a courthouse wearing all black. Reporters screen questions. She says nothing. As she steps onto the witness stand for a sealed deposition, the camera pans back to the crowd gathered outside. In the background, behind sunglasses, a figure watches from a black SUV, hands folded, calm. The camera cuts to black. To be continued. Because this isn't the end of Luna's story. It's the beginning of someone else's reveal. And in the bold and the beautiful, masks never stay on for long.